So you know the old saying, one good turn deserves another, and today is no exception. So if you have been watching the channel recently, I did an unboxing of the Game Boy Color re-release from Way Forward via Limited Run Games of Shantae, the original Game Boy Color Shantae. And that is awesome, and I love that I can play it on my Game Boy. It's a beautiful collector's edition. If you haven't seen it, please go watch that video. It is fantastic. But in a rare case for me, I decided to double dip, and they actually have made the game also on the Switch. You guys know how I love the Switch, so I went ahead and got the collector's edition for that. So today we're going to unbox the Switch version of the Game Boy Color remake of Shantae for the Switch. Let's get it. So like I said earlier, one good turn deserves another, and this is the Switch version of the Game Boy Color version of Shantae by Limited Run Games, the collector's edition. So if you saw my last video, you saw how excited I was that I got a gold card finally. This one is a silver card, but which is actually good because they're all individually numbered. So if I had gotten a second gold card, then it would have been duplicate. So I'm pretty happy about that. But this one looks really cool too. I'm not gonna lie, I like these Shantae cards a great deal. But hey, that's just my humble opinion. But going into the game, wow, it's the big box, kind of like the other ones they did. Let me get this plastic off. I already started it, you know, so we're not wasting a bunch of time here. I will say the one thing that I already don't like in comparison to the last unboxing is the last one had that hard chipboard. This has that soft cardboard. Kind of stinks, but what are you going to do? So here it is, Shantae, red. Has the foily letters, the foily in the corner, on the side. The back has the map, which was actually a poster from the last collector's edition that I opened. Plus, it also has all the transformations, which is pretty cool. All in all, pretty nice. It should look really cool on the shelf next to the other ones. So let's see what we got on the inside. That's kind of an interesting way of storing it. Let's see here. Oof. So, let's go bottom up, huh? So here's the poster. I bet you it's going to be the same poster that was in the other version. And this for sure is the same. It's just folded differently so it fits in this bigger box. And the back, it's also the same. So if you had seen my last video, this is the same exact poster that was in the Game Boy Color cartridge version. It was folded differently, however, because that box was much smaller. That being said, I'm going to show this to y'all in case you didn't watch that video. If you didn't, though, go check it out. It's pretty cool. But it's the same thing, so it has parts of the game, of course, all the way around, you know, from where you start out to, you know, the castle and what have you. And then on this side, it is the original art. So that actually has me thinking, I bet you a lot of this stuff is going to be very similar. Like this. This is an acrylic standee. This was also in the Game Boy Color version. I will say that they had two in that, actually three total. They had one for Shantae, one for a character in the game, and one to hold the cartridge up. So this one just has the one, which is interesting. But also, this has the original soundtrack, and it is the same soundtrack that came in the Game Boy Color version. So, I almost didn't buy both versions, but I know I wanted to play this on the Switch, and, you know, so that's why I got it. That said, you know, that's why this one looks like it has a lot of the same stuff. It's probably going to have a lot of the same stuff the other one had, although there are some differences over here we'll get to. But, once again, 31 tracks, all kind of 8-bit chiptune style music, and we will slide that back in there, and the poster back on top, and get you out of the way. So here's the game itself. It has a coin, so the other one came with a coin, but this one is a little different, I will say. The last one, the one that came in the Game Boy version, was kind of gold. This looks like the same coin, but it is silver, so a little different there. But yeah, it has Shantae on one side, says Shantae on the other. I'll make the same joke I made in that video. This reminds me a lot of the Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Dinozord medallions. But that's, you know, it's called recycling. And it's very conscious for the environment, that joke was. And this one has another acrylic pen, but I will say this one's a little different because this one has an acrylic pen that is more of the 8-bit style, which is cool. The one in the Game Boy version was more like just the character. I was wondering why this was a little heavy, and I guess it totally slipped my mind. Get out of there. And this comes with a steelbook. So the steelbook is beautiful. It's kind of that rusty red that the whole kind of game motif is going for. It has Shantae on the front. The back is cool. Oh my god, it has all the transformations and the logo and like this kind of cool pattern. I love that. The inside has a bunch of checkerboard Shantaes in there. This is cool. This is a really cool steelbook. I've gotten some stinkers before, but this one is not in the list of stinkers. Put you back in there. Whoop. So, the game itself. So the game itself feels pretty good. I'm going to say one thing real quick before I open this. I am such a fool. I accidentally bought a second version of this game. If you don't know, some games that Limited Run does, they've been selling them at Best Buys. And for some reason in my mind, I thought that I definitely just bought the Game Boy cartridge. And I thought I skipped on this, and I didn't. So they both came out, obviously. But I actually bought this, and I want to see if there's a difference. So this is the one, obviously, from Limited Run Games, directly, from the Collector's Edition. I'm going to grab the Best Buy one real fast. So this is the Best Buy one. It looks like it's basically almost the same, except for this one has a black border, and the name is kind of silver and up top. The backs are identical, and the sides are identical. I'm going to open this one. I'm not, you guys have seen my channel. I'm not the one to keep something sealed, but actually I have some friends, because when I found out I accidentally bought this. That's the thing with Limited Run Games. You order so long ago. But when I accidentally realized I bought this and this, I had some friends who were interested in this. So I'm not going to open this because this technically isn't going to be mine. I'm going to sell it to them for like cost. I'm not trying to make a profit or nothing. But interesting though that they do have different colors. I wonder, different covers rather. Obviously this one would be the harder one to get since you could get this one in a store. But I wonder if that's really going to matter at the end of the day. I assume so, but who knows? Let me put this away. Anyway, on to the actual copy that I get to open. My copy, my own, my precious. So, open her up. One thing I will say, the plastic that surrounds the Switch games from Limited Run Games is very thick. I mean, I can't like describe it, but it's not like this plastic. It's much thicker. I don't know. I've always kind of wanted to say that, and I always forget to. So here's the game, like I said. Open it up. It looks like the inside is a reversible cover of the map, but no red spine, so it's not something I'd be interested in switching, that is. There's the game, and you know what? I wonder if this instruction booklet is... It is. This is exactly the same as what came in the Game Boy one, which is not a good or bad thing. It's just, interesting. For those of you who didn't watch that video, I'll go ahead and flip through this, but basically it has the story of the game. It has... Oh, this is different. So, it is different. In the other book, it had a Game Boy Color... Well, it couldn't really have a Game Boy Color, but it's almost a Game Boy Color here, showing all the controls. This one has Joy-Cons, which is pretty cool. And I bet you, yep, all of the button prompts are going to be Joy-Con related rather than Game Boy related. But then I bet you the rest is probably the same. So it has more about the quest. The game's green. Talking about the towns and the world. Talking about the sub-menu and all the different items with it. Although these are still more Switch controls. So they really did take their time to make two entirely different books, pretty much. Finding your rhythm. And it also has Switch button prompts, which is, once again, like I say, they're taking their time to make sure that you're getting something a little different for whatever version you have. Talking about the gear in the game, talking about different discoveries in the game. The rest of this may be the same. Items, yep, and talismans, and the town rooms, and then the mini games, and then the last bit is talking about saving and the characters, and it goes through the characters of the game, which is pretty cool. And of course, notes. I thought that was neat last time. I think it's neat this time. But hey, that is the Switch version of the Game Boy Color version of the re-release of Shantae. So, once again, if you guys got this, I'd be interested to know down below, because I think this is a pretty cool game, a really cool piece of history, and like realistically, like the original version of this game is so expensive that it's neat to be able to have a copy that I can play readily on the Switch. Plus, I have that Game Boy cartridge now that I can play on my Game Boy or on the GameCube. So, I don't know. I think they're all cool. I think this was a very neat thing that WayForward and Limited Run did. So the cool thing about these games is like they seem to always be going up in value. So I mean, I know my value is going down a little bit because I opened it, but it's because I play the games. I recommend you do it too. And if not, then you know, that's your prerogative. But hey, what do you guys think? Are these games you've been collecting? Are these games you're looking out for? I only have like 4 of the Shantae games. I don't think I have like the crazy expensive one. I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. But like I said, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, and if you guys have been collecting these games for the Switch. Hey, that's gonna do it for us today, guys. Once again, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. That would be like the coolest, you know, and watch the videos, you know, share it with your friends, whatever. But hey, if not, that's also cool too. I'm just glad you made it this far in the video. Leave a thumbs up, thumbs down if you feel any kind of way. And as always, my friends, take it easy.